Well, welcome to everybody. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another rainy day here in sunny South Africa. Oh no, now it's raining, rainy South Africa. Hope all of you are still truly well and blessed by our Lord and Savior. All right, let's get going. What are we doing today? Well, it's a mess in here with the rain. It's difficult. We finish up the Big King, not finish up, but a couple of things. As you see, the motor's not back yet, but I'm not going to show you that. I'll put the motor back, but going to install a couple of new things, start working on the boost box, and tell you what else, what new parts I got in store for this bike. So yeah, we need to get this build done so we can start driving it. All right, so let's get going, eh? Alright, so before we get started, let's give a quick shout out to all the members. Lots of new ones that came back, that went, and yeah, all that lekker groceries. So yeah, Jacques Dalhousie, Thomas de Wet, Henry Dalhousie, Carl de Wet, Christian Eisel, Skippy the Dude, HM78, Jaco Vogel, Jamie Foster, Nico Kukumur, Vedette Foster, Bragerson Genaas, Lorinda Koetser, Wikus Derant, all new ones. Nitro Class, Tonique de Wet, Cruising with Chris, Lola Hansen, Nicolas Dalhousie, your favorite stalker 04, Bumblebee, Gerard Grobler, Charles Dalhousie, Joanne Howlett, and then Turbo Clash, Charles Liebenberg, who's not with us anymore. Alright, so thank you guys for being members. Helps a lot. Yeah, let's continue. Well, I remember I said I wasn't going to show you how I put the engine back in the bike and everything, but then there was comments asking about the space plate and the timing, and doesn't it affect the timing and all that groceries. So let me show you there. You can see the line exactly top dead center, and then you can see there 2 and 3. Even check the outers if you cannot trust the inners, but as you see, horizontal, so it doesn't affect the timing. It's not enough to affect the timing. It makes the chain a bit tighter if your chain was worn out, but other than that, it doesn't do anything. All right, so I only wanted to show you all that. And the next thing is I'll show you quickly the breathers. I got the block of plates and everything, and we'll remove that before I put the engine in. All right, so let me continue. All right, so let me just quickly show you the breather on top of the engine. I already removed the bolts. So you see this, you're gonna have to remove this, and also the ones on the tappet cover. So I'll remove it and then just show you how it looks. All right, so that's the breather on top of the engine. It's got a little plate. You can just remove all that groceries and reinstall this because it's a seal, just the way it is. And then the ones on the tappet cover, the one I broke. So you just remove them. They also got seals in them, but then you replace them with this. So I got sponsored by Shane. He gave me a set when I was there by him. Let me just show you. All right, just make them loose. Alright, but in any case, that's how they look. They even got the little little dents in for the screws, so you don't have to remove anything. You can just put them on and tighten them. Alright, Let me quickly do that and I'll show you. Alright, so as you can see, block of plates installed. Thank you, Shane. And now all I need to do is put this back in. And then we're done with the motor. No, then I need to put the tappet cover on, but I won't show you that. I won't show you the install of the motor. The next thing you'll probably see is the exhaust manifold or building of the boost box. I'm not sure. Something like that. Yeah, so what are we doing? Well, as you can see, I've sandblasted the exhaust manifold. It's fully welded, but you know these, I don't know what you call them, bobble keys or overweld, like overspray. But yeah, they're sticking to everything. And as you can see, I'm busy removing it. Pencil grinder bit in a drilling machine. So yeah, busy cleaning up these headers and then we can paint them, and now one more thing done. Alright, so let's continue. Alright, so we removed like 90% of that overweld, I don't know what you call it. So we're quickly gonna run through all these holes, this little flapper, and then polish them out, and yeah, just get it nice and clean before we get it painted. So let's continue. Alrighty, so exhaust manifold all deburred and de-doikied and painted and runners polished. So yeah, we're done with the exhaust manifold. Let's start with that boost box. I'll show you all the steps and time it takes to build one. Alright, let's go. Alright, so you guys want to know what the boost box start out to be? Well, it starts out like this. Solid piece of aluminium. So we're quickly going to build, not quickly, it's going to take some time, but build the 4 runners for the inside of the boost box. Alright, let's continue. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll give you an idea at how long it takes to machine these things. You saw it's a solid piece of aluminium. Now we'll make a hole, I'll tell you the time, I'll tell you the time of everything. Alright, so let's do it. Alright, so we start with a 41mm hole right through the shaft. It's just the starting point. The hole's gonna need to get a bit bigger, but yeah, this is just the starting point. So I'll tell you how long it takes when I'm done. Alright, so you saw the time. The hole is made. And just check all the shavings. There was nothing. All of this just aluminum. Well, waste now. Because we cannot get thick wall hollow tube in our country. So yeah. Alright. So the next step, the outside's also too big. We're gonna have to machine 6 mils off. We'll quickly do that and I'll show you the time. Alright, so we need to take 6 mils off the outside. We're taking about 5 point something off. We're going to do this side, turn it around, do the other side, and then we'll cut it into 4 pieces and it'll be the starting point. Yeah, so let me continue. Alright, that's the outside done. It's now 70 point something. Still need to clean it up a bit more, but we're quickly going to cut it into 5 sections and make sure they're all flat and equal length and all that, like a groceries. Alright, so I'll quickly do that. Alright, so as you can see, we're busy parting it. So I'll show you the time it takes just now. Alright, so there they are. 4, not equal length yet. Still need to make them all 50. This is the quick and easy part. The hard part is coming when you need to shape the inside, shape the outside and all that, like the groceries. But this was the quick and easy part. I'll just take these burrs off and I'll leave them like they are. Maybe that one would be closer to 60. I'll make it just closer to 50. And yeah, then we're done with this here at the big lathe. Then we'll go home to my small lathe and finish them off. Alright, let's continue. Alright, so there they are. 4 of them, all exactly 50mm long. The inside hole's gonna still have to get bigger. The outside's still gonna be trimmed a bit. and shaped and everything. But that is the quick part of this exercise. Alright, so we're back at home. There they are. Here it is. So we'll start machining the inside, making that to size, clamping it on the inside, machining the outside to size, and I'll show you everything once it's done. And I'll show you what time it takes me to do it. So yeah, just hold on. So that is the first one done with the correct inside diameter, 48 mils. Still 3 more to go. All right, let's quickly run through them. So that's the last one done. All 4 of them are done, and they're all about roughly 48 on the inside, plus minus, not exact. So what's the next step? Well, now it's starting to get really finicky, if you want to say it like that, because now we need to make a step on the inside that's gonna have an O-ring in it. Or let's start with, there's 2 ways of, let's come this side, building the boost box. The one way is you put silicone hoses, 2 sets of clamps. I don't like that way. The other way is that aluminium. So now I'm gonna make it like a couple of hundreds bigger than this outside, and I'm also going to make it recess about, I don't know how deep that is, let's say 8-9 mils, even 10 mils. Then it's going to have an O-ring. Let's come back to this side. So it's going to have a step in 8, 9 or 10 mils, I'm not sure, a couple of hundreds bigger than the throttles. And it's also going to have an O-ring on the inside and all that, like a groceries. And once we're done with all of that step, then we can machine the outside, because it's also not through yet. And then we can finish off the inside, make the cone effect and all that, like a groceries. So yeah, let's see how long that takes. All right, that would be the first one done with the step in it. We still need to make the recess for the O-ring. Let's see if it fits. Aha, as you can see, no play. And when it cools down, because it's a bit hot, it's even gonna be tighter. All right, first one down, 3 more to go. All right, and that will make all 4 of them done. Except you see that last one doesn't recess good, because it's sitting into the TPS butterfly system. Because I need to, these ones aren't up to size on the outside. So yeah, as I say, oh my soul. Okay, that one cooled down, or I put it down too hard, but fine. So that step is in. We need to put the O-ring step in. I don't have a tool for that yet, so we'll quickly do the outside and yeah, finish it off on the inside. Still a lot more I can take out if I can feel it on the inside, but yeah. So we'll quickly make the outside a bit smaller, closer to 70 mils. I don't know what they are at the moment. And then we'll start working this radius and the inside. So yeah, let's do that. All right, so as you can see, the motor is back in. So we're gonna be starting putting things back together. I'm busy finishing off these ones. You can see the airbox is on. That's just for me to take sizes so we can start building this boost box. But yeah, things that still need to be done. I need to take the sump off so we can install a return for the oil feed, for the turbo. But we're gonna have to check the exhaust, see where we're gonna have to go through with that and everything. So we'll quickly do that, and yeah, put the covers back on and assemble her a bit more, but I won't show you that. I'll only show you the juicy lacquer details. So we'll do that sump. So I'm gonna check the inside of the motor and the pickup and everything. Start with the boost box and see how far we get. All right, so let's get going. All right, so as you can see, the sump is removed, and yeah, it looks about as good as a sump should look. Only thing is that it's been welded before, and some of the bolts weren't on the correct places, but other than that, it looks perfect. Well, except for that. This little chicken nugget was inside the sump. And yeah, you guys can comment down below. Somewhere's a bolt missing or something is needing a bolt at the moment. It's a Allen key bolt, and it's a 5mm thread. So yeah, I'm gonna figure out, was it dropped inside the motor? It wasn't dropped in there by me. As you can see, after I started stripping the motor didn't run, and this bolt has been taking shots somewhere. So yeah, I'll be having a good look up into the motor. But yeah, comment if you know where this little bolt comes from. I have a couple ideas, but yeah, I'll check and we can see who's right. All right, so let's continue. All right, so we just spent like another hour or two sizing them, making them exactly 50 mils on the inside and 70 mils on the outside, all 4 of them. As you can see, I put that air box on to get sizes for the boost box. Let's quickly take that off. You remember the problem was there with the last one. It fits. Just get the rest. Alright, as you can see, all 4 of them exactly the same. I don't know. There it is. Yeah, so now we're quickly gonna make the taper. We'll just get it started, and then the only thing left to do is put the recess in for the O-ring, and then the whole boost box will be tied down with straps, sort of straps. It's, aluminum that connects to the engine, but yeah, that keeps it in place. So yeah, that's how far we are with that. And don't know if you've figured out what our little Allen key cap screw is yet. Oh yeah, focus. It's 5mm, as I said, and number 4 Allen key. I've got a couple ideas, but yeah, it's going to be fun searching for where this one came out. All right, so let me quickly make those tapers and I'll show you that. And that is it. Radiuses and everything put in place exactly the way we want them. If you want to know the exact angles, become a member and then you can ask me and I'll tell you. But yeah, they are done. Now all we need is the rest of the boost box. Weld everything together, and yeah, maybe another couple of 100 hours of labor and she should be done. But yeah, let's get it finished. All right, everyone, so it's a new day. I did go out. I got aluminum for the boost box and another piece of aluminum, a bit thicker, 6 mils, which is going to be the base. It's going to be the base of the boost box, just because you need to weld those in, and that's 2.5 mil aluminum. If you start welding those onto those, it warps. So easiest way, get a thicker piece of aluminum, make that the base of your boost box. So yeah, now we're gonna mark it cut it, make the holes for it. I said we were done with those, but we're still gonna have to machine a recess in which they drop into and then get welded to, and I still need to put the O-ring grooves in. But yeah, I'll quickly mark this and I'll show you and we'll continue from there. So I quickly want to show you how I got these holes transferred onto here. So that piece of aluminum I had, I made it square, cut off the whole pieces and stuff. So this one is quite square at the moment. Then I found the center, drew a line, found the center, drew a line, measured from here to here, the distance in between. So all these places I marked. I know these holes are 60, so half of 60 is 30. Mark those holes, and as you can see, I scribed the circles now. So what I'll do next is I'll make it black and I'll scribe it again, then it will be more visible. I'll make the holes, so these holes are going to be 65, and that cones of mine are 70 at the moment, so I'll machine another 5 mils off a certain amount, I think 25 mils from the top, so they can go in here and stop and then be welded in. Alright, I know that's a lot of stuff, but that's how we do it. And as I say, this is the base plate for the boost box, so it's the starting point. So let me continue. Alright, just quickly, as you can see, I made it black. Holes are made, so yeah, let me cut them. Okay, so after an entire day of struggling with the wrong equipment, let's say that, the holes are made. So now we're just gonna round the edges, and then if I put it there, I can explain. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut from the top to the middle plus minus, so they can recess into there, and that's what it's gonna look like, just halfway in. All right, so I said I was done with these. I'm not. I'm still gonna have to do some more. And then, just to show you, I got the tool. I got the tool to make the grooves for the O-rings. So we'll do that, and after that we can have it welded. But yeah, then we can design the rest of the boost box and all that like groceries. But yeah, let's get this done. All right, so that's the exhaust manifold reinstalled for the last time, hopefully. I used all the original bolts, the Allen cap screws. There's one there at the bottom, there by my finger. That's a bit harder to get to, and it's easier to put like a number 12 or 13 size nut on it. I didn't have one, so I made myself a special tool. It's just an Allen key that's super short, so you can struggle it in and tighten it like that. Next thing, we need to put the turbo studs in. So excuse me for jumping around on this build, but sometimes you have to get things done. So I'm going to put some Loctite already, tap the holes. So we're going to install them, and then we can put the turbo on. All right, and then we'll finish that boost box runners. All right, as you can see, the turbo is on, but it's not on. What I wanted to say is these exhaust studs are 10 by 1.5, so they are thicker than the normal 8mm studs, just to make sure, keep everything together and everything. So yeah, the turbo will be coming off and on again a couple of times, because we still need to weld onto this, the pipe that goes past. But yeah, this is just the starting point for that, to see where the exhaust is going to fit and everything. I will put another nut on, but I won't put all 4 on, because I actually got non-lock nuts, but they are now 10 by 1.25 and not 1.5. So they are not working, so I must use the lock nuts. I will see if I've got something else. All right, so let's continue. Okay, so that is the intake runners on the boost box done. If I go like this, you can see I made a step. You see, it still needs to be welded. Made a step. So they recess into this aluminum piece over here. I redid the angles on the inside. You check all the way. I put the grooves in for, let me see if I can take it off without everything falling out. Don't know, you can see on the inside there that put the groove O-rings in. So yeah, what's left to do? Just put it on. They need to get welded. Before I weld it, I must shape this to what the boost box is gonna look like. Don't know what that is yet, but we'll do that. So yeah, we'll finish the boost box probably, hopefully with a bit of luck in the next video, but the difficult part is done. Next is just designing the boost box and making sure it's gonna work the way we want it. And then for you that forgot, that's what the turbo looks like. It is on, it is tightened, and yeah. Now I can't remember what it is. GT, I don't know, I can't remember, but when I remember I will tell you again. But yeah, so all I have to do is take this off, weld the banes and stuff like that. But yeah, that is definitely not going to be in this video, because this video is going to be too long. All right, so yeah, you guys, thanks for watching, sharing, subscribing, liking, commenting, all that like groceries. In the next video we will definitely get further along, as we are in the home straight at the moment, and we'll sometime get to work on the tailpiece again, because we still need to finish that. But yeah, probably, hopefully the turbo setup will be done before the tailpiece, or hopefully they'll be done together. All right, so yeah, you guys, check out for the next video. Thank you guys for watching this one, and yeah, hell, may the Lord bless you all, and may you all have a lovely week. All right.